So now do you understand why we need your help? Not really. I previously wasn't able to do this quest, but now, thanks to this other room right next to me, I am able to do it. So I discovered that I can just go to these rocks, I can clean them, and I can put the clean things after talking to the archaeologists over here. I can put these in display cases and get a ton of museum kudos for free. So as you can see, I'm at 100 right now. So we can finally start the Voyage quest that I've actually been looking forward to for quite some time, because it does sound like a very interesting quest. Welcome to the Museum of Varrock. Have you any interesting news? Yes, we found a rather interesting island to the north of Mauritania. We believe that it may be of archaeological significance. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Indeed, we are making the final preparations for our voyage. In fact, you may be just the person we are looking for, assuming you've got necessary qualifications, that is. Would I qualify then? Yes, indeed. You've helped us a great deal around the museum, and you have the necessary qualifications from the Earth Sciences exam. I have received word from the dig site that the canal has been reconstructed, and the barge is awaiting some final touches. The site foreman requested the aid of a qualified and experienced adventurer, and I believe you would be a perfect fit for the role. So let's start the quest, sign me up. That's great to hear. You should speak to the foreman at the dig site canal. I'll make sure he knows to expect you. I do wonder how he is going to send word, because we are obviously sprinting straight from the museum all the way over to the canal, and, nobody can beat us there. So how is he going to send word? Will he send someone who's going to try and outrun us, who has max agility? Or does he have a secret telephone? I spoke to the curator at Varrock Museum, and he informed me that the barge at the dig site was almost complete. I was sufficiently qualified to offer my services to the expedition. I must speak to the foreman at the barge near the dig site. Hello, the curator said you could use some assistance here. Ah yes, it's about time. We are in the final stages of preparation. There are a few minor adjustments I'd like to make to the barge before we get the crew ready. What can I do to help? Well, we have learned from our previous attempts that we need a sturdier type of wood to keep the barge afloat. However, magic logs had, well, peculiar side effects. Luckily, a new high-grade wood was discovered in distant western lands. It would make the perfect material for the areas of the barge we need to reinforce. So you would like me to bring you some of this wood? It's not quite that simple, I'm afraid. You'll have to talk to the sawmill operator at the Varrock sawmill to the northwest. He will let you know what has to be done. Okay, I will talk to the sawmill operator. I'm here on behalf of the museum archaeological team. I was wondering when they would finally send over a member of the expedition. So what do you need me to do? It kind of looks like we're threatening him, we're like standing next to the counter. We've got the sword like aimed at his face, at his throat, but we're friendly, but it doesn't appear that way from the outside, right? None of the lumber here is appropriate for the task at hand. However, I have arranged a fairly generous deal between myself and the sawmill over in the Hosidius Woodcutting Guild. Ooh, it's a tie-in with Hosidius! Oh, that's great! You will have to deliver the agreement to their sawmill operator or a representative of the guild if you lack the requirements to enter. Sounds fairly straightforward. That's good to hear. Once the document has been signed, bring it back to me and we will get those supplies sent over to the foreman. Okay, bye! Good thing I have the teleportation book thing in my bank, so we can teleport there quite freely. I enjoy so much how this game utilizes its entire world, because none of the content becomes irrelevant. I love the fact that I spent a fair amount of time here in the previous videos, and now the game is pushing me back here, and it gave me an alternative in case I couldn't go here yet, but I love how I get to go here for a different reason now. Like, it makes everything feel so connected. So the foreman sent me to the Varrock sawmill to get supplies needed to reinforce the barge. The sawmill operator at the Varrock sawmill has arranged a deal with the Courant sawmill, but needs me to get the proposal signed. I should head to the woodcutting guild in Courant. Oh, that's down here. Okay, we can go there. Ooh, a new track called Country Jig, and it is incredibly cheerful, and I love it. It's giving me like Mario Kart vibes. Yeah, I feel like I'm about to drift some corners. The Woodcutting Guild feels very cozy as well. It feels very much aligned with Hosidius' vibes, which fits really well because it's the agricultural center of Courant. Hello there, what business do you have with the Woodcutting Guild? I have a proposal for your guild sawmill. It is from the Varrock sawmill. Ah, yes, our sawmill operator was expecting you. Do you have the proposal with you? Yes, I have it here. Excellent, hand it over and I'll sign it on behalf of the guild if everything looks in order. Can I actually read it, by the way? No, I can't, okay. You hand the proposal to Barry. He glances over it before signing and returning the document. There you go. We will ship the redwood planks over to the Varrock sawmill immediately. Redwood? Is that something we can grab ourselves? Redwood planks, eh? Those would certainly make for an interesting building material. Thanks, bye! Oh, redwood trees are level 90. They're the highest tier tree you can grab. Okay, that's some sturdy wood, guys. That's some solid wood. I should head back to the Varrock sawmill. The woodcutting guild signs the trade agreement. Great. Do you have the documents with you? Yes, here you go. You hand over the signed documents. That all looks to be in order. I will get those supplies to the foreman right away. We're all done here. The foreman at the dig site should know what you need to do next. Thanks, bye. So is the entire quest going to revolve around us getting to Fossil Island? Because my interpretation of the quest was that we would just go there and Fossil Island would be the location where the quest takes place. And that might still be true, but I'm getting the feeling as though the getting to the island part is the big part of the quest. The supplies arrived earlier. My men have reinforced the barge using those redwood planks. Thanks for your help, PK. No problem. Is there anything else you need? It would be so great if at some point we ask, is there anything else you need? And the guy's like, no, of course not. We're done. Let's go. The barge is prepared for the voyage. So I'm just about done here. Now that the barge is ready, you should probably talk to the lead navigator on board. There doesn't seem to be a gangplank. How am I meant to get on board? The barge guard will happily help you on board. Just give him a prod. Can you just like yeet me over or something? Hello? Hello there, how can I help you? Can I get onto the barge? Absolutely, the navigators are waiting for you on board. Does he like throw me over? I just choose to believe, you know, he grabbed me and just threw me over. Even though I have all this armor on, this guy is insanely muscular. I love the way he's just like standing there, like, you know, arms behind his back, like, I'm chill, I'm a professional. You know, we're all professionals around here. All right, so we've got some people here. We have a junior navigator, we have John, David, and the lead navigator. Okay, let's talk to the lead navigator. You know, we immediately go to the boss because we are important. Hello. Hello, I am the lead navigator on the expedition. I take it you're here to help us out. Yep, that would be me. Apparently there's a voice crack there. Good, because we're going to need your help if we're ever going out on this voyage. What's wrong? Well, you may be aware of the previous attempts at this expedition. No, what happened? Well, the first barge had some serious design flaws. It didn't float. The second barge suffered from feature creep. Senior museum staff stuck their oar in and added unnecessary features. Go faster stripes, a portable fossil centrifuge, and a walk-on mini museum. Is this a little like stab to some developers who you know, like to feature creep their games for no apparent reason? Needless to say, it had buoyancy issues. The third barge made it out to sea, but a special sealant was used that attracted sea monsters. They didn't make it very far. The fourth also used a special sealant. This one attracted icebergs. I'm not sure how you attract icebergs. I mean, I am not a physicist, but I don't think you can attract icebergs. The fifth barge crashed into the sixth. But how does the fifth barge crash into the sixth when the sixth launches after the fifth? We lost the seventh one. I love this. The eighth barge is still here, we think. An accident involving a magical explosion and some talking anchovies mean that it's now believed to reside 12 seconds out of phase. The ninth version was built using magic logs. The barge gained some form of rudimentary sentience. It developed serious depression and ran itself aground. Incredible. I don't know what is so funny to me, but like I'm crying. Oh my god, this is great. So now do you understand why we need your help? Not really. Oh, I don't think I've ever laughed this much on the recording ever. Oh, the voyage is clearly cursed. Oh, right. Well, EK, whether you believe it or not, know that none of my men will be going on this expedition unless you can ensure our safety from the curse. How am I supposed to do that? We're not the I can't stop laughing, I don't know why. We are not the first crew. Don't worry, I'm a professional. Let me recompose myself. We are not the first crew to face a cursed voyage. Perhaps someone who has experienced one before can give you some advice. Any idea where I'd be able to find someone like that? I've heard all kinds of stories at the Rusty Anchor Inn in Port Sarim. I'm sure you'll be able to find out something about cursed voyages if you ask around the folks there. Alright, so the Rusty Anchor Inn in Port Sarim. Okay, I will see what I can learn. Okay, let's learn about this curse, which totally isn't just inadequacy by the crew. No, it's a curse, for sure. Get me off this boat. Here we go. Yeet me over. Absolutely, let me help you off. Alright, here we go. I will see you guys over in Port Sarim as I recompose myself. The lead navigator believes the voyage is cursed and wants me to find out more about curses. He has suggested that I visit the Rusty Anchor Inn at Port Sarim. I'm assuming it's this inn. Wait, did I just close the door? No, I want to go through this door. I think I just accidentally closed the door in front of me, but let me kick it back open. There we go. I am inside. Alright, there's Ahab. I'm sure Ahab knows something. Arr, matey. Arr. Arr, matey. Arr, matey. Okay, I guess we can stay in this loop for the entire time, but my throat will give out before the game gives out. So, have you ever made any cursed voyages? Nar, can't say I have, young laddie. Oh, okay. But what about Longbow Ben? Arr. I don't want to know why he's called Longbow Ben, though. Arr, that's a strange yarn. I was to be marooned, you see. A scurvy troublemaker had taken my ship, and he put me ashore on a little island. Gosh, how did you escape? Arr, you see, he made one mistake. Before he sailed away, he gave me a bow and one arrow so that I wouldn't have to die slowly. So I shot him and took my ship back. Right. Right, that works. That works. So, ever made any cursed voyages? Aye, I've sailed many a treacherous journey in my time. What it be to ye? I am meant to be setting sail on a voyage of my own, but the crew won't go without some sort of protection. I was hoping someone here would know of a way to avoid falling victim to the so-called curse. There be nothing so cool about curses, young laddie. Aye, it is a matter we take very seriously in our profession. Luckily, there are ways you can avoid a curse. Great, what do I need to do? Well, that all depends on the nature of your travels. We are heading out on an expedition to an ancient, previously unexplored island for the Rock Museum. The museum, aye? Ye be digging up bones and them sorts then? Well, I guess so. Then the way I be seeing it, ye be needing a lucky charm to do that with. A lucky charm to do with digging up bones? Aye, I hear folk talking of an old man up in the quarry near Petrodomus, who sounds as if he might deal in those sorts of things. This poor laddie is sailing a cursed voyage, and ye be suggesting lucky charms? What ye be getting at, Ahab? Listen here, young laddie, there be no way out of a cursed voyage. However, there are ways one can make it through unscathed. Aye, just like ye and your leg, Ahab. Take no notice of him, I just thought it'd be worth ye knowing all the options is all. Perhaps. What would I need to do to make it through the voyage unscathed? Folks be telling tales of a special potion, a potion of sea legs, they be calling it. A potion of sea legs? Is this just a medication thing to prevent seasickness? Aye, the crew simply drink the potion before they be setting sail, and the next thing they know, they be safely at their destination. Magical potions be sounding like nonsense to me. Well, I guess I'll talk to the navigator and offer both up to the crew to see which one they prefer before I go gathering them up. Thanks, guys! Close enough. Be off with ye and talk to them navigators. You are ruining me rum. Alright, enjoy ye rum. And I'll see you guys back at the navigator. Let's talk to the other people as well and kind of see their point of view on this voyage. Hello, David. Hello, you should talk to the lead navigator. Oh, okay. What about John? Hello? Sorry, I'm too busy to talk right now. Maybe the lead navigator can help you out. And what about the junior navigator? Hello? You should talk to the lead navigator when you're ready to set a sail. Oh, okay. Well, I guess there's no dialogue there. Let's talk to the lead navigator then. Hello? Welcome back, EK. Any luck finding a way for us to make it through this cursed voyage? Yes, I've got two options, actually. Interesting, let's hear them. The first is to use a good luck charm, something related to our expedition. A lucky bone from an odd old man in Petrodomus. The second is a potion of sea legs. The crew would have to drink it at the start of the voyage. Well, I am certainly not putting my crew's life in the hands of a lucky charm. I think I'll go with the potion. I think the lucky charm sounds like a good idea. So, in the end, we're going to have to get both of them, right? Because what's the downside to having two solutions at hand? Oh, quiet boy, you shouldn't believe in such nonsense. It's okay, I can get both. There we go. To be fair, if you believe in curses, then it's only logical you also believe in warding trinkets. Fine by me, as long as you get that potion. Thanks, mister. The apothecary in Varrock might be able to help you out with that potion of sea legs. I would start by paying him a visit. Don't forget the lucky charm from the odd old man up in Petrodomus. Okay, I will be back once I've got the potion of sea legs and the lucky charm. What's the last time we visited the apothecary? Wasn't that for the Romeo and Juliet quest? I think we haven't been back here since. It's been a very long time. Talk about something else. Talk about Voyage. Hi, I am looking for an unusual potion to get my crew through a cursed voyage. Aha, don't tell me you want a potion of sea legs. Yes, actually, what's so funny? You'd be amazed at the nonsense these pirates believe. I will let you in on one little secret. There is no magical potion to save you from the sea's wrath. Then what have you been giving these sailors? A simple herbal remedy containing vodka. Lots of vodka. Look, if you bring me the ingredients, I will make you the potion. It's not going to save your crew from sea curses, of course, but it'll certainly put their fears to rest. Well, I don't really have a choice here. I need that potion. What ingredients do you need? You know, it's a bit sad that it's not rum, because, you know, they are seafaring people. They require rum. It's the law. 2 bottles of vodka and an unfinished Marantil potion. I already have everything else I require. Okay, I will be back soon. The lead navigator asks for a potion of sea legs. I need to bring the apothecary an unfinished Marantil potion and 2 bottles of vodka in order to create the potion. Where do I get vodka though? I mean, I can make an unfinished Marantil potion, that's not too bad, but where do I get the vodka? Okay, so while I'm thinking where I might be able to get the vodka, let's go and try and get the other one. Oh, here he is. You know, I had been searching around Petrodomus Temple the entire time, but I guess this is considered to be Petrodomus. I was like, where exactly is Petrodomus itself? But I guess this general area, like Silveria, is Petrodomus or something? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, this is supposed to be Petrodomus. So let's talk to this odd old man who I'm guessing is what we need to do for the quest. So talk about lucky charms. Hi, I was told you might be able to help me get a lucky charm. Oh yes, I suppose I might have something like that laying around. Mumble, 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 mumble. Why would you be looking for such an item? I'm working with the museum, or I'm making a cursed voyage. I'm making a cursed voyage. We're heading to an island on an archaeological expedition. Mumble, 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 mumble. Interesting, yes. I may have something that could be of use. That's great. What would you like for it? Mumble, mumble, mumble. Absolutely nothing. You can have it free of charge. Something tells me this thing is not great. Also, sir, I fear for your back. Just be sure to bring it back and any interesting bones you find on that island. Sure. The odd old man hands you a small object made of a bone. Thanks. Right, so this guy, you know, he's living here with a wish list. What is this? Vital. Goblin, a bear, a big frog, ram, unicorn, monkey, giant rat, and giant bat. Okay, now I was thinking maybe there's going to be like a word, something spelled here with the capital letters, but that's not the case, so I don't know what it is, but I guess we'll learn about that at some point. Alright, so that is one of the things done, but the problem is that I still don't know where I get the vodka. Wait, the cocktail guy in the Gnome Fortress, I'm guessing that guy probably sells vodka, right? I mean, that's something that's quite a standard ingredient in and cocktails. I'll go check it out. Okay, so this guy sells the pre-made things, but doesn't he also sell the individual things we need? Can I talk to him maybe? Can I buy some ingredients? There we go. Sure, what did you want? And a lemon, an orange, a cocktail shaker. No, I want something else. Can I not buy it here, or is it at a different guy? What if I talk to this guy? Do they all of the exact same dialogue? Some ingredients? A lemon, orange, cocktail shaker. Okay, so I guess it's not here. Oh wait, this guy has some other stuff. Brandy, gin, vodka. There we go. So I need 2 vodka, right? I think. Yes, 2 bottles of vodka. Okay. So I think we have everything. Let's go back over to the rock. Do you have the ingredients for the potion? Yep, I've got them here. Excellent. Hand them over and I will mix the potion. You hand the apothecary the ingredients. He adds a few herbs of his own before handing back the foul-smelling concoction. Okay, so we have a potion of sea legs, which says doesn't look pleasant at all, and we have the bone charm, which says a lucky charm made out of a bone. Now, let's go back to the lead navigator, and the junior navigator, I think, was the guy who wanted the bone charm, right? Yeah, I think so. Alright, junior navigator. Have you managed to get me that lucky charm? Yes, I have it here. Thanks, I'm feeling luckier already. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Alright, there we go, it's been given to him. And then we have the lead navigator. Hello. Any luck in getting your hands on that potion of sea legs? Yes, I have it here. Excellent work, EK. I'm sure the crew will be very glad to hear about this. Looks like we've got everything we need to set off. We are ready to go when you are ready, EK. And I am ready. So, let's get going. Let me close this thing down, actually. Each member of the crew, apart from the junior navigator, takes a sip of the potion of sea legs. It doesn't take long for the potion to take effect, causing them to pass out. Wait, but now who is going to actually steer the ship now, though? What did your potion do to the crew? Well, the apothecary figured they can't be afraid if they're unconscious. But then who is going to get us to the island? Aren't you meant to be a navigator? Yes, a junior navigator. I've never navigated open waters like this. What are we going to do? Okay, let me think. You'll need to operate the barge controls. I will let you know if we're headed in the right direction. You will have to fight against the winds to keep the bearing north. You can do that by steering the barge. You can increase or decrease our speed by adjusting the sails. You might find keeping the bearing north easier at slower speeds, but it will take longer to reach the island. If we're headed in the wrong direction for too long, I will take us back to the dig site. Let me know if you want me to go back over these instructions at any point. Wait, hold on. So we're not going north anymore, so I can steer right a little bit. Wait, do I just click this button? Increase throttle. Okay, we're full throttle now, I believe. Need to get back on course. I'm trying to get back on course. Do I click something? Operate barge controls? Wait, the island is straight ahead. Okay, hold on. Am I controlling it now? Do I just look at this arrow and then just like... Okay, so I guess I think I was on sails controls and now I'm on barge controls. And I guess I just keep clicking this button, I think. It should give me some sort of confirmation in the UI that I'm clicking the button, because I don't know if it's doing anything. I think I'm doing something because we're making decent progress, but it's a little bit awkward. This could use some improvement from the UI. Oh, there we go. We have arrived at Fossil Island. Oh, there we go. Bon Voyage is completed. Okay, so you're awarded 1 quest point and access to Fossil Island. So the rewards for the quest aren't great, at least not the immediate rewards, but I guess the idea that we can access the entirety of Fossil Island now is really cool. Okay, good work, EK. You got us there in one piece. I suppose you'll want to start exploring the island as soon as possible. Here, take this journal so you can keep track of your discoveries. Base camp is being set up on shore. Let me know if you'd like to head there. Yeah, sure. Hello? Would you like me to throw you to the shore? Yes, let's go to the expedition camp. Okay. Here we go. We are now at Fossil Island Expedition Camp. Okay, so I guess I will probably dedicate a bit of a video, maybe the next video, to exploring this a little bit, but I do want to keep this quest this video just the quest itself. What kind of journal did we just get? Or like Fossil Island notebook? There's... Oh, it's notes we can make ourselves. Okay, so all the pages seem to be empty except for the first one. Information and things I found on Fossil Island. I can probably dedicate a video to exploring this island and filling this book up and looking into all the cool stuff. Anyway, guys, I have to say, I really enjoyed this quest, where last time, you know, I kind of had to try and figure out what kind of cool things I could say. This time around, I have almost nothing but good things to say. The only thing I kind of struggled with was finding the vodka, but even that, you know, based on the fact that I had made a cocktail before, I was able to figure out. So, wait, this guy is, how about Niap? He's like, champ, nice gear, bro, looking strong, very strong. Can I help you out with anything? No, I'm gonna respond to him that I don't want any help, but that I do appreciate it. But yeah, I very much enjoyed this quest. I thought it was great. Honestly, this is the most hilarious quest I have played in any game ever, I think. Just the part where there were, you know, like 8, 9 different ships or something, and they got more and more ridiculous. The first ones made some sense, and then like slowly they started making less and less sense. And it, you know, I'm just gonna pretend to be AFK, okay? That's how you do this, guys. You know, you make sure you don't get any social interaction by just being AFK, okay? You know, we're not here, okay? You guys aren't here, okay? I'm not here. He's not talking to us. In case you see the video at some point down the line, I'm sorry, but, you know, I'm rambling. I don't have time to type right now. But, yeah, honestly, quest was absolutely hilarious. I'm looking forward to checking out Fossil Island. I don't know what you can get here, but I've heard it mentioned a couple times where, you know, I can do things on Fossil Island to make other things easier, so I'm happy to have access to it now. And I'll be returning here potentially next video to check out everything we can do here. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys laughed a little bit as well as I just found it so hilarious. And have a wonderful day, guys. I will see you next time. Bye bye.